Hey everyone, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. A while ago I made a video that was a 30-minute finger workout, and it was like this ultimate warm-up that you could do every day, and it really shreds your fingers in a good way. And people have been asking me about a follow-up to that video, so that's what we have today. The biggest difference today though is we're going to be doing the 3-note per string scale shapes, and there's 7 of them. On the website, I like to teach them using color concepts behind each form. That way it's easier to remember and put in order. And then a lot of people seem to be able to remember these forms because of that. So I will be referring to these with color codes as well. So don't let that throw you if you're not used to that. Each scale form is going to have 4 separate exercises over the top of them. And as we get through them all, it's going to be quite extensive. So as you follow along, just remember the first time we do a pattern, we're going to be picking it, just single notes all the way up and down. And then we'll be doing a legato version of that pattern just to give your hand an extra workout. Now, if you don't know these forms, don't panic because I'm going to have the tab like I said, but I'm also going to show you a chord chart so you can remember the form before we even get started. So let's get started with the first form. This is going to be the red form. We're going to start here on the 6th string, 3rd fret. And real quick, I'm just going to walk you through the form. That is G major. All of this, by the way, is going to be G major notes, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So now let's take what I just did, play to a click track, which is going to be set to 70 beats per minute, and try to follow along. You can alternate pick if you want to as well. And don't forget, on YouTube and my website, you can slow down or speed up any of these exercises to fit your level. So after a 4 count, we're going to go up. When we get to the top, we're going to repeat the highest note and come back down. And for this entire exercise, we're going to be using 8th notes. So we're going to fit 2 notes per click, just so you know. 1, 2, 3, go. See, some of these are going to fly by, and it's going to seem a little bit fast if you've never played these forms before. You might be like, oh man, I can't keep up with you. But be sure to use the slow down feature for that. Okay, once you're able to do that with picking, let's go ahead and do the legato version. So each string we're going to pick, but then we're going to finish off by doing all hammer-ons or pull-offs, depending on which direction we're going. So for example, see how I picked the first note and then I hammered on the next 2? The next string we'll pick, hammer, hammer, pick, hammer, hammer, all the way till we get to the highest note. Then we'll go pick, pull off, the opposite direction. So let's try that with a click. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Backwards. Now don't worry, as we progress, I'm not going to be explaining every single one over and over again. This is just for the first one. Okay, we're done with the first set of exercises for this pattern. So we have 3 more to go. The next one we're going to do is we're going to be going 3 notes to the next 3 notes, and then we're going to repeat that. So this is like blocks of 6s. So then we stay here because we're on the 5th string now, and we're going to do the next set of 2, the next set of 2, and so on. You'll catch on as we go. Let's do this with a click as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 8th notes, 3, go. Next set. Backwards. Do you guys notice that I use my middle finger for that big stretch, the middle note? You can use your ring finger as well. That's a possibility. For a lot of people, they think that's more comfortable, go for that. Remember, if your hand starts to hurt at any time rest, and then do some of your finger stretches, the finger yoga that we talk about in other videos. All right, so that's sets of 6. That's pretty cool. Now we're gonna do that with the legato. So each time you go to a string, you're gonna pick initially and then do the hammer-ons. So you get like a very smooth effect. 1, 2, 3, go. Backwards. Okay, that one's tricky. When you do the pull-offs, it's easy to want to speed up a little bit, so it really teaches you control and timing. Also, remember to try to keep your fingers close to the fretboard. I do have a tendency, just because my entire life I've done this, where my fingers want to creep up and be far away from the fretboard. Try to keep them close as possible. All right, the next exercise is going to be sets of 9. So we're going to cross 3 strings, come back a string, go 9 more, till we get to the top, and then we're going to go backwards. You'll see. Actually, I should go through it once real quick so you know how to pick this correctly. Alternate picking, we're going to go up 9 notes. Then when you come back, we're going to come back 1 string, and then we're going to come up 9 more notes. But you're going to notice you're starting with an upstroke, and that is totally fine. It's just going to be a little bit confusing at first, but you'll totally get the hang of it as you go. So every time you start a new group of 9, you're going to start on a different pick. So down the first time, up the next time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Backwards. Sorry, I'll quit doing vibrato at the end. There's no reason for me to do that right now. Can you see how well you're gonna know these forms, especially when you get through all 7? It's gonna be crazy. You see how that one can be kind of tricky because of the picking aspect of it? Let's do the legato version of it now and see how we do. 1, 2, 3, go. Backwards. Okay, that one's really fun when you start to speed up, so I totally recommend speeding up the video, or if you're using your own metronome, just crank it up a little bit. You get some really great legato runs that way. Okay, we only have 1 more to go as far as the exercise over the top of this pattern, and then we're gonna be moving to the next color form. So let's go ahead and explain this really quick. We're gonna be going up, back down, back up. So that's really all it is. Then you go to the next string. So there's not gonna be any pause like that between it. Backwards, it's just the opposite. You'll totally understand it as we go. 3, 4. Backwards. Excellent. Now the best part is going to be the legato aspect of it. Remember, picking once per string. It can be all downstrokes, it's fine. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reverse. Speed that up and you're going to sound like Joe Satriani or Steve Vai or John Petrucci, all those people. Okay, we are finally on to the next color. Your hand probably feels like it's done for the day. If this is your first time doing these intense exercises, I don't blame you for wanting to just stop there. We're going to cover all 7. I know that sounds very daunting, but we're going to do this. So the orange form now looks like this. You can see the chord chart on the screen. It's a very interesting shape. Let's do all 4 of the exercises for this one. I'm not going to talk between them now because you know what you're doing. Starting off with exercise 1, the first grouping, picking, and then legato. 1, 2, 3, go. Now let's do legato. 1, 2, 3, go. Real quick note, do you notice in the beginning I go index finger, middle finger, ring finger? Totally an acceptable option. You can still go like that, that's fine. But then you have to jump to that, it feels a little bit awkward. So it really depends on which finger you're using for the big stretches. That'll determine which way you start off, either this way or this way. Okay, let's do the next set of exercises for the orange form. 2, 3, go. Reverse. Legato. 1, 2, this is crazy. 3, go. Now, are you noticing because you know you have so much to play that you might be lightening up your hand a little bit, taking the tension out only for survival? That's something that happens almost as a byproduct of doing these long exercises. You learn how to play with less effort, which is really great. Okay, we're on to the third pairing of this exercise for this pattern. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Legato, go. That's a tough one because you have so many of those stretches. 3 strings in a row can be pretty tough on the palm and the wrist and all that stuff. So really work on shaking it out, taking some breaks, doing some finger yoga. Okay, the final exercise for this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Legato, 2, 3, go. Awesome. Okay, we're moving on now to the yellow form. By the way, these all follow the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv is the easy way to remember it. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. I had to think really hard for that one. So we're moving up now. We're starting on the B note, and we're going to play this form. Gets really gnarly right here because of the fact that you have to do the big wide stretches across the highest strings, and you have to shift for one of them. So it's very bizarre. All right, let's do the first set of exercises for this one. 1, 2, 3, go. Legato, go. Remember to breathe. Okay, let's do the next set of exercises. We're going to keep going right into them now. 1, 2, groups of 6, go. Backwards. Legato. Okay, now we're on to the 9 pattern. So you might notice too, sometimes I'm switching up once again, this or this, depending on what's happening afterwards. So because I have to stretch big for the 3rd string, I do move to that. It's funny, I do it halfway through sometimes, but you'll figure out your own method as you go. All right, let's pick this one, the 9 pattern. 1, 2, 3, go. That's intense. Okay, legato. 2, 3, 4. On to the 4th exercise. Here we go. 3, 4. Legato. 2, 3, go. Did you notice a big part of this is silencing the strings and muting correctly? If you don't, you're going to get a lot of noises. I've had a couple on that one, so I have to tighten myself up a little bit. Okay, let's go to the next color form, which is going to be green. This one's one of my favorites. Starts off with a big stretch, ends with a big stretch. Let's try with a click. 2. Exercise 1, go. Legato. 3, 4. Exercise 2, ready? 2, 3, go. Backwards. Okay, let's do some legato. 3, go. Okay, on to the 9 pattern. Ready? 3, go. Legato, 2, 3, go. Love that one. Okay, let's do the 4th exercise pattern that I love. Ready? 2, 3, go. Backwards. Okay, legato, 3, go. Nice job, everyone. We're all the way to the blue form. This one starts off with some huge stretches, so make sure your hand is ready for this. This is a lot to do in one sitting, so be very careful for your physical hand health. Here we go. And your mental health, too. So here's the form. All right, let's do all the fun exercises. 1, 2, 3, go. Legato, 3, 4. Exercise 2, go. Backwards. Legato. Ready? 3, go. Nine pattern, 3, go. Legato, 3, 4. Awesome. Exercise 4, 2, 3, go. Legato, ready? 3, go. On to the indigo form. This one's so important. It's used so much. It's if you start here and you go up the form, you're really just playing the minor scale. Looks like this. So this one has its issues. When you get close to the top, you'll see. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. No stopping this time. Go. Three, go. 4, 4. All right, 9. Ready? 2, 3, go. Three, 4. Three, 4. Legato, 3, 4. Okay, my camera died on this side because this is such a long exercise that I'm going to finish off with these two cameras, and you still be able to see everything. It'll just be a little bit of a shift in the visuals. So we're on to the last one. This has never happened to me before, by the way, where a camera just dies. So let's go ahead. This is going to be the violet form. This one is so fun. It goes like this. Notice it gets a little bit harder to fit everything in way up at these skinny frets. Yes, you could also do this one way down here at the second fret here, but I'm going to keep it consistent as we move up. Here we go. 2, 3, go. Legato, 3, 4. Awesome. Okay, let's do the 6s. Go. Okay, 9s, ready, go. Legato, 3, 4. Okay, my favorite. 1, 2, 3, go. Here we go. 3, last one, 4. So at the end there, I just went back to the G just to bring it full circle. You could start here and start over. I wouldn't recommend it after all that playing. Give your hand a rest. But we basically went all the way from this G all the way up to this G in this crazy exercise. So now these cameras are about to die. This is unprecedented. But if you stuck with me through the entire thing, congratulations. I don't expect you to be able to do that right away. Maybe do one color block each day and then start to put them all together over time. And maybe in about a few weeks or a month, you'll be able to do the whole thing like I just did, nonstop. So hopefully that helps you out. Remember to keep up with those finger exercises, stretches. Don't let your hands get too sore. You don't want any problems to arise, okay? And we'll catch you at the website for all the PDFs downloadable. And I don't know, have fun with this one. We'll see you. Bye.